In file handling, last day what we have discussed about just opening the file in some location and reading that file. So basically, we just discuss about the basic file operations, like and basic file types. There are two type of files. One type is we call that text file. Those text files are readable, and actually it has characters, readable characters, and readable symbols. Then there's another thing that is we call that a binary file. Those are basically graphics. Not just graphic, those are having binary content like graphics, videos, pictures, images, audio. So those kind of things are there in these binary files. Those are not just, so we cannot read that using plain text. That is why we call that binary files. Anyway, these two type of files are available to us, text files and binary files. So then we just discuss how to open a file. So there are two ways to open. Either you have to give the full path of the file. The second method is you can give the relative path of the file. So let me explain that further. How can we give the full path? How can we give the relative path? So let me explain that now. Actually, okay, now let me show that using my computer, and later you can understand this using your computer too. So let's say, let's think about this file. I'm inside this alt. Okay, so let's go to this alt folder. Okay. This let's refer to this file, index.php file. Index.php file that you can see here. So that is inside alt folder. So how can we see the full path? Right click and go to the properties, or we can go to get info here. In Windows, you can go to properties. When you go to properties, you can see some details about that file. Here, the main thing that you can see is the location of the file. Can you see the location of the file is basically in the hard disk, users folder, Dasun Nilanjana folder, then documents folder, and alt. So that is the full path where displays the full path of the. So that is called the absolute location of the file that you can provide. Let's see how you can see the absolute location in Windows. Can you share your screen for a while? I'll show you the absolute location. Just share your screen, maybe your desktop. Okay, so let's go to the desktop and create. Let's go to the desktop. I'll go to this Python folder, and inside that Python folder, let's create new text file. Right click somewhere blank, then new text document. Yes, that one. Okay, now you can see new text document. Let's rename that as ABC. Okay, right click that and go to the properties. Right click, go to the properties. Right, can you see there is a path location, C users, then OneDrive, desktop, Python, and that is the location. Under that, the file name is abc.txt. So if I write the full path of this, if you need to open this file, full path of this will be C drive, then users, C drive, users, then OneDrive, desktop, Python /abc.txt. That is the full path of this. So let's close this file. So let's close this properties and open abc.txt file. And let's write your name. Yeah, let's write some name. Maybe you can write your name. And save the file. Save the file. File save. Save. Just save. Not save as, save. Yeah. Close this. And now let's try to open this using Python. Right? So take a new file new. Then please write some variable name, let's say f, a simple one letter variable f equal open within bracket, open, then within bracket, open, after that within bracket, you have to mention the file path inside the quotation. Actually, the easiest method is you can just go to the properties and copy the file path. Go to the properties, right, okay. Inside Python, then you have to write the file name too. After Python, again a backslash abc.txt. After Python, a backslash, that is forward slash, a backslash, backward slash abc.txt. Okay, so since we have not mentioned any file mode, so it will open the file for reading purpose. So let's see, let's run this code first. Let's run this. Give some name, say anywhere that you like. You can say by giving any name. So please give a meaningful name. I said the last week also, please give a meaningful name. Don't give file. File is basically keyword. So give some other names. File is basically a keyword. Delete that file. Okay.
Should I give a date?
Yeah, delete that file. Because file is a keyword, right? This is not the one that you have saved. Here, your file name is file.py. Here, this file.py. So erase that file. You can sort this in, you can change the view to list. Details, go to the details. From their list, details. Okay, then click on the date and you can sort it out according to the order. Click on the date, on top of date here. Okay, now this is ABC. So as the file ID is not saved, it was not saved. So let's save it again, file save as.
File.
You can give some file 1 or file 2, but don't give keywords. File 1, file 2, something. Save. Okay, run it. Now, okay, what is there? That escape sequences is the problem. Can you write forward slash instead of backward slash? So that is one way. Or you can write double backward slash. Double slash is there. Other places also. In other places also. Yeah, all the places with the slash. You have to show that as an escape sequence. Otherwise, it will think that as a special character. Okay, now try it. Okay, now no errors, it's running. Okay. Can you say print f print? Give the print command, then give that f variable inside that. And I just want to see you the right, it's showing the object, right? Now let's say print again. Then you can say f dot read, f dot call the read function. Read is a function, therefore you need to mention the brackets, open and close brackets. Yes, no. Read is a function. So how you call functions? Right. Okay. Present. Okay, you can see Tenuco is printed, right? So that is basically read using absolute reference. Your file is read using absolute reference. Actually, a file is saved in this location, Python folder inside in the desktop, in the Python folder ABC. Right? That is your location. Can you go to the other file, the edited file, Python file? Python file. It's in the back, I guess. This one. Yeah. In the Python file, can you see the location is same, right? C users, Teno, OneDrive, desktop, Python. The location is same.
What file am I trying to open?
Sorry.
What file?
Which file? This file. Can't you find
Did
that?
did you say to open a file?
No. I'm asking you to move this somewhere. I just want to see that file. So the editor. Did you close the editor? Yeah, it's here. It's here. You can see the path here. See users. This is the path. That is what I am telling.
Oh, okay.
Okay, this path and so you can see there are similarities. So what is the similarity? This path is similar to this path, right?
Yes.
Both paths are same. Up to here, paths are same. That means both file1.py and abc.txt in the same folder. Agree?
Yes.
Yes. Therefore, you can forget this part and only give the name. That is called relative referencing. You are just giving relative reference. So related to your file is in the Python folder. This file is also in the same folder. You can ignore this path. Just erase the path. Just erase the path. Only keep the name and run the file again. Run the file again. Okay, now print this. Print f.read. Okay, you are getting the results. Right, which way is used? Giving the full name, full path, or giving the relative path?
The second one.
Yeah, relative path is easy, but you have to find this. Actually, it should be the relative. Related to your folder, you have to discover the file. Okay, let's save the, let's go to desktop again. Let's go to the desktop again. I just want to train you on relative paths a little. In the desktop, create another folder. In the desktop, please create another folder and give some name, a new folder. You name like ABC or some other name, maybe hello or something. Rename it. Okay, go inside that. Create a new text document. Right click new text document. Let's give some other name to this text document. Anything that you like, you can give that. Okay, inside that, so type something, open it and type something and save it. Okay. Can you give the relative path to this file?
Yes.
Relative path, not the absolute path.
So just writing the name of the file.
Will it be enough? See?
No.
Give it and see. So is it in the same folder as your Python file?
No.
Then what?
I have to give the absolute.
No, you can give the relative path still. What do you need to do? From your Python folder, you have to go one step up, right? Then you will come to the desktop. Right, going one step up can be done in this way. You can say double dot slash. When you say double dot slash, it will go one step up. Can you type this? Double dot slash. Open before this abc dot, erase this abc.txt, that is not needed for the movement. Keep the quotation. Keep the quotation. Quotation is needed. Double quotation is needed. Quotations. All right. Inside that, type double dot slash. So when you say double dot slash, not double slash, double dot slash. Okay. When you type like this, it will go to the parent folder. Parent folder is this one. Now can you see in the parent folder? When you go to the parent folder, you can see the other folders. What is the folder now? The folder name is
hello. Hello.
Okay. When you go one step back, you can see the folder name. That is hello. Double click on that. Okay. Then again /. Then you can see the file. So what is the file name? i.txt. So this is how you give the path, relative path. So you have to say, go one step back, come forward, or come like go one step back, then go inside this hello.txt, hello folder, and in the hello folder, access the i.txt. Now run the file and see the result. You will get it. Yeah, you're getting the result, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Right, exactly. So the reason is, so this is how you write the path. The relative path can be written this way. If you want to go 2 folders back, you have to say double dot slash. Likewise, you can go, you can move to any number of folders up, any number of parent folders. So you can access by using this double dot. So if you want to access 2 parent folders, you have to do double dot slash and again double dot slash. Then it's going to which folder? It will go to OneDrive folder because first double dot slash will go to the desktop. The second double dot slash will go to the OneDrive folder. Understood?
Yes.
Okay, please remember this notation. You have to write it somewhere, otherwise you will forget, right? Remember this notation. How can keep it in the file and remember the place that you have saved. Otherwise, after some time, you will not remember how to call these parent folders. If it is in the same folder, you can give the name. That is true. If it is in the same folder, you can give the name. Anyway, anywhere, if it is like wherever it is, you can give the absolute path. So that is easy solution. Even absolute path, just go to the properties, take the path and give it. But anywhere, doesn't matter which folder, which drive, or whether it is in the pen drive, whether it is in the CD, DVD. So on network drive, you can give the absolute path, but the absolute path is a bit long. You have to tell everything. It is a bit long. In order to give the relative path, if it is in the same folder, you can give the name. If it is in some other folder, inside that same folder, you can give the folder name. Okay, example. Go back to the Python folder. Go back to the Python folder. No, in this Explorer window. Create a new folder there. Just create a new folder there. Okay, give a name to that. Just give a name to that. Type some name. Just type some name. Press enter. Open that. Another folder inside that folder. Create another folder inside that folder. Give some name. Okay, another now inside that create a file. Inside that create a file, a text file, and type something there. Give a name and also type something. Okay, save it. Now, how can we refer that file? So that is in the Python folder. That means same folder. But inside Python folder, there's another folder called hello, HELO, hello. Inside there's another folder called 123. Then you have to type that folder names. First of all, type the first folder name inside the Python folder. What is the first folder name? Hello, HELO. Yeah, erase that and type HELO. Not hello. Erase that, all these things. You need to erase everything. Because you are inside the Python folder. You have to think, you are now inside the Python folder. From that folder, it is simple HELO. Simple HELO. After that, a forward slash. After that, 123 folder. All right, okay, you can see it. After that, another forward slash. After that, you have to give the file name. That is 456 text. Understood?
Yes.
Okay. If you are going forward, you have to give the folder names accordingly. If you are in the same location, giving file name is enough. If you are going backward, you have to use w double dot slash notation. Right? Okay, now we can run and see again. Okay, you're getting there. It's not difficult, right? The only thing is you have to remember the like relative paths. So that is the only difficult thing. If you know the path, then you can provide it. Carefully draft the path and give it, then it will identify. Either you can give the full path or the absolute path, that is just copy and paste in the path, or you can give the relative path. I recommend you to give the relative path. Okay, in case of normal file, you can give either ignore the mode, so that will open in the read mode, or you can give R mode. But if it is a binary file, you have to read in RB mode, read in binary. Then let's see. So let's try to read a picture using RB mode. Okay, I'm going to open new Python document. Take a new file. This time I'm going to open a file. Let's say F1 is, I'm going to open a normal file. Open. Let's say this file is in the same location as my. I'm just giving same location can be given this way, right? Dot slash here, then I can give dot slash and give the location. So that will also let you write same location. Same location means I'm saving. Let me save this file in documents. Okay, this is again referring to the same folder. So let's go to the documents. I'm going to use okay, I'll be using this one p1.txt. What is this? It is a big text. Okay, let's get this one. Okay, let's write something. In p1.txt, I'm going to write something. Let's copy something from Bird and write down there. Let's write this in the text file and save it. This is p1.txt. One thing that I can do to read this p1.txt file, I can just say p1.txt, that will read the file. Then I need to read this entire file. I can say print f1 read. After that, I just need to close the file. I'm filling it f1.close. I have finished reading. Save. Run the file. If I'm lucky, I'm getting, oh, what is that? ASCII, the problem. Unicode decode error. Codec cannot decode byte positions ordinals. So these are similar, like how to read. So let's try to read, apply the read mode. Because by default, try to read the ASCII file. But the Unicode file, since I have singular text and all, the file is having Unicode text. How can I read Unicode text in here? So this is ASCII. ASCII is, English characters only. But if I need to read Unicode files, in Python, I have to use some other notation. Here you can see, I have to say this and then read the files. I have to get the codecs. From the codecs, I have to get Unicode RST and read the file. So this is how this is a bit complex because, so let me make it simple. If I'm add in Unicode, then you need to learn extra step, no? So that is to avoid that. Yeah, anyway, I have to use this import codex and read like that. So that is the thing, because I'm using UTF Unicode one. Okay, let's try this, but this is additional step. Import codex. And then F1 equal codex.open the file. File you can give as the file name. So what is the file name? This p1.txt. That is the file name. File 1 in the read mode UTF-8. And after that you can read and print it. Run module. Yeah, I'm getting the Unicode text. That is the difference. I have to get the codex one, because the singular letters are there in this Unicode system. If it is only English, then I can just read as using normal mode. This is some extra thing, but still you can use this step to read the Unicode. But normally reading can be done without much effort, just use without importing a normal file. Let's try for normal file. I'm just say file 2 this time. I can say file 2, I have to give the path. Let's say p2.txt, another file is there, p2.txt, but that file is not there. Actually, I need to create that, otherwise it will give an error. So I'm trying to read this f2 file to using f2 read and f2 close. So let's try to do this. Open file 2 for reading purpose. Read it. When I run this, I will get an error. The reason is that file is not there. No such file or directory. I have to go there to my documents folder. Then I have to create another text file. Let me copy this hi.txt. Oh, I rename this hi.txt as what is the name? p2.txt. Let's run it now. And this is normal. This is a text file. It's a normal reading. This is Unicode reading. This is normal reading. So let's write that in your book. Unicode reading. This will allow you to read some other languages. Normal reading. This will allow you to read English only. English only means ASCII. ASCII means American Standard Code for Information Interchange. Okay, please try this out first. A normal reading and Unicode reading. Then let's see a file reading too. Binary reading. Read in a binary file. Read in a binary file can be done similar way. Only thing is you have to change the mode. So mode is RB. So let's see a binary file. I'm going to use the same binary file in same folder. Here you can see some pictures are there. So this is the DFPAG. So this. Okay. It's a bird. Reverse side. So let me rotate. Okay. DFPNG. I'll use that. I'm going to read that one, DFPNG. And Okay, let me do something like this. So if I try to read the entire file, there will be a problem. So let me comment this set of codes. So to show the problem first. Okay, let me run this file now. So see the issue. If I try to read this file in binary, so it will be read. But the problem is it will take long time to print. It will take long time to print. That is the problem. Right? Print in f3.read. File tree is open in file tree. Read in binary, and I'm reading it. You can see how many lines? 40,035 lines. That is a large number of lines. If you try to, like, you can double click and expand these lines, but then it will, like, your computer will struck because it is not possible to display that much of lines. Therefore, let me read few lines. Let me read few lines only. To do that, I'm using a for loop. Okay. So let me use a for loop quickly without reading everything. For, let's say, for k in range, I'm going to read 20 lines. K in range 20, I'm going to print those lines. Print f3 dot read line, only one line at a time. Read line, only one line at a time. So that then it will read only 20 lines. That way you can read few lines, but actually you need to read the entire file. That is true, but no need to print that file. Here, this is how you can see, this is how 20 lines looks like. When you print 20 lines, this is how it looks like. See, the first line is basically having the details, the file name. The next few lines, meta details about the file, the basic details about the file. The next line about, actually this is the graphic information. Everything is presented using hexadecimal. I said that once upon a time, like not once upon a time, like few days earlier, I said you that I'll be teaching you the hexadecimal, binary, and octal number systems, because these are important. Here you can see this is presented using, so binaries you know already, but this is presented using hexadecimal. These you cannot understand because these are just some values. Right? These are just some values, actually values of each pixel is presented here. If I try to write this, so at the same time, let me write these lines to a file and see whether, so this is half, okay, this is not half. There are 40,000 lines and I'm only reading 20 lines. 20 lines of that, and let me write that to a file. Writing can be done similar way. So let me open another file. Let's say F4 is another file, open. I'm going to open some other file. Let's say give a name as output.png, and that file I'm opening for writing in binary RB. This is what you need to do. It's very simple. Then again, okay, this loop I'm going to write here. f3.readline, same time I'll make it equal to a variable called n. Then I can write this to f4.write. I'm writing this n. f4.write n. N means the red line, which is red. Line which is already red, I'm going to write it to another file, that is f4. Finally, I'm closing f3 and f4 both. f4 also I'm going to close. So let's see the output of this. Let me run the file. This time I'm not printing anything. Instead of that, I'm reading the file and writing to another one. Okay, you can see it end up with no errors. So let me go to my folder, and there's something called, what is the name that I have given? Output.png. So let's see. Okay, you can see output.png. It is only 6 KB in size. df.png, the other hand, is 1.1 MB in size. That is the file which I read. df. I wrote it to this output. I have written it to that. So let's open it, and you can see nothing. It's not open. Why? The reason is I only read few lines. Using that few lines, I cannot create a picture. So let's read at least 200 lines. So there are 40,000 lines. If I read 200 lines, let's see what will happen. I'm executing this module. This time I'm reading 200 lines and writing the 200 lines to this output.png. Okay, when I open this, you can see something. Okay, only a part of this image is read. This is actually how many lines? 200 lines. 200 lines. You can see this is the 200 plus 200 lines. If you increase that, you can count the pixels and see there will be closer to 200 pixels when you count that vertically. This is a pixel, right? This is a pixel. This is another pixel. If you just see that, this is how many pixels? Okay, let's go to the beginning. Okay, how many pixels are there? 47 pixels. With the meta information, it has written, it has given 47 pixels. Here it counts, right? When I select count, there are 47 pixels vertically. Okay, shall we increase this to 400 and see? What's your guess? How many pixels will be there? 47 pixels were there when it was 200. When it is 400, how many pixels will be there vertically? Just
94.
94, 2 times. But meta information is only in the beginning section, right? Therefore, it is more than 94 because in the meta information means additional information. That is only in the beginning of the section. Okay, let's run the file. Now the file is better than the previous one. So let me open that, and you can see a few more. Let me count the number of pixels, and you can see when I count that, it says, yes, closer to 90. Yes, closer to 100, right? Closer to 100 pixels. Actually, is it 96? I'm not sure. 47, 47 here actually. 47 into twice is 47 into 2 times is 94. But here you have 96 pixels. Not exactly the double, but just 2 more than that, 94 pixels. Likewise, if you need the, like, you can see if you give 4,000, it will give certain amount. It will give, so there are 40,000 line, remember that. If you give 4,000, so what will be there? Let's run this and see. 4,000 pixels. Okay, this is output.png. Okay. The entire image is there. How come that? You can see the both pictures are now identical. Right? How 400, like 4,000, how that 4,000 end up with completing the picture? So there were like 40,000 lines squeezed. I think there are no 4,000 lines. That is the thing. Like 40,000 lines came because of this. This is really narrow. But there are closer. Let's try for 2,000. Right? They are closer. Maybe the entire picture is all 4,000 lines. Let's run this with the 2,000 and see. Am I getting the picture still? Am I getting the picture? Yes, I think I'm getting it. Oh no, what's this? No, I'm getting only half. Not getting the full picture. You see, it's not full picture. So there are more than 2,000 lines for sure. So, but how many number of lines, like let's say it's 3000. You can actually count that, right? You can count the number of lines. So now you can see it is, yeah, it's almost completed. How to count the lines? To count the lines, we can use another method. We can do, let's forget about this part, commenting, and commenting this part. Just opening and closing only. And I think, yeah, let's close this one also, let's comment. This time I'm trying to read all the lines. Let's say all lines equal. I said a method last day. I can use to F3 file. Read lines. That will read all the lines. After that, I can count, print the length of all lines. So read lines will read it to a list. Length of all lines will give the length of the list. That is actually the number of lines. Okay, 3095 lines. Understood how to count the lines? Read lines will read all the lines into a list. Then you can get the specific then you can give the specific line. For an example, if you get the 100,000th line, you can say print all lines is a list now. In this list, I can give 100. This is the 100th line. Actually, when it is printed, it will be printed in few lines. That is why I got 40,000. This is the line number 100. So what is line number 200? Is this line number 200 is this. So it is longer than line number 100. It has more details. Right? Understood what I am doing or not? If not, tell me, right?
I understand.
Okay. Read lines will read all the lines. Then I can fetch line by line because these lines are there in a list. But if I'm going to print that, there is a headache. Like you cannot read that, no? But you can write that to a certain file and check. So this you can, like, you know that how many lines? 3095. So you can do various things with this 3095 lines. You can try to print try to print 3000, try to read all 3095 lines. That will give the complete picture. You know this. When I run this file, it will give the complete picture because, okay, all the lines are now written to the output. You can see the size of the image. This is DF output. I have to close this file, right? Otherwise, this won't work. Let's run the file, and this output now contain. You can see the output. Is it written? Is there any mistake? Then actually I need to stop this reading all the lines. Why? After reading all the lines, the cursor will be at the end. Then after that, if I asked you to read to 3000 lines, nothing will be read because the cursor at the end. After reading first line, second line, the cursor means the pointer is moving down. And at the end, after read all the lines, cursor at the end. Then if I ask you to read the further lines, no, nothing will happen. Then I have to stop this also. Let's comment. No need to read all the lines. I know the count now. Reading the entire count, 4095. Okay, so that will give this output. Okay, that is 1.1 megabyte. This is also 1.1. This is also 1.1. I got the entire image. What if I try to write something like this? You can try these things. In range, this I can start from 0. Okay, I can start from 1 to 3096. I can write 2 by 2. What will happen if I run this? I'm not going to write everything. I'm going to write 2 by 2. So what will be the output? See the output, it is something like this, half away. It's half of the picture. Because it's going to read line. Actually, so this is without writing these, I can just do 95. And so let's skip one line, read line. I'm skipping lines. How can I skip lines? I'm not going to I'm not going to do it like, so let's maintain a counter equal 0. So after reading line, I'm increasing the counter, c equals z plus 1. Right, then I'm writing some lines only. If c modulus 2 equal to 0, that means even lines, I'm going to write it. I'm going to write even lines only, not writing odd lines. The first line is odd line, I'm not going to write that. When come to the second line is even line, that is 2. 2 modulus 2 is 0, I'm going to write that. So then what will happen? You can test these things. These are researchers. Are we getting the picture? Or are we getting half? Or are we getting the quarter? So now you can see the size of the picture is half of the original picture. But are we getting the complete picture? No, the picture is corrupted because I try to read, I try to skip lines, then read it. It is corrupted. Cannot read it. The picture is corrupted. Let's read first line. First 10 lines actually, first 10, 20 lines are anyway needed. Therefore, let me try to read first 10, 20 lines like this. Again, right, if C is less than the first 100 lines, I'm going to write. Let's C is less than 100. I will write this. But C is less than 100. I will write this. Else, you are checking. You are writing even lines only. Else you are writing even lines only. So now what will happen? So different ways of thinking. First 100 lines I'm writing to the file. After that, I'm not writing. Okay, now this is the output. Okay, you can see the first 100 lines are there. First 100 lines are there. After that, nothing is there. Right. After that, nothing is there. Even though I try to write the next remaining lines, even lines, you can see it's not getting any output. But there are some colors, some changes like this. The color dots. Maybe I'm trying to write in the same line. Maybe let's skip 5 by 5. Let's skip 5 by 5, not 2 by 2. Let's skip 5 by 5. If this is equal to 0, if not, this is equal to 0, I'm going to write something like this. Oh, still. So I got a corrupted picture, but still I can open the picture. If first 100 lines are there, I can open the picture. So this way you can try to manipulate, try to write the picture. Okay, I'm doing something else. Okay. So no C, nothing is there. I'm going to write the exact line as it is. Exact line as it is without doing any changes. And you know, these lines are basically bytes. No? These lines, when I try to write, these lines are basically bytes. Right? So can I increase byte value by 1 and print this? So these are some other things that you can consider because each line has a byte. So read line will read. So if I print n, so that will be a lot of lines, like 3000 lines will be there. But I print n, that will be a byte. That will be a set of bytes. Can we change these values in a byte and do something? Right? Can we read byte by byte and do something? So those are really up to you. Can you read byte by byte and edit this? These are the things that you can try. Anyway, just give a try to this one. This is basically reading the file and writing the file as it is. You have to find a picture file and try these exercises. Right? In my case, my picture file is dvf.png. In your case, you can find a JPG or PNG file and try to print this. Try to write these files. Just see what will happen if you are writing this file. Okay, I'll keep these exercises to you. I think we are meeting next day. Just take a screenshot next week. Just take a screenshot, practice it.
Okay.
Okay, right. And practice it. Let's meet in the next day with some more interesting exercises. Then have a nice day. Bye.
Bye.